Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching and allowing me to serve you in your practice this morning. I really am truly so honored, so thank you for watching. This is about a 30-minute, really gentle morning practice, but this will definitely help you open up the spine and get moving for the day and get ready to dance, because that's what life is all about. So enjoy this practice and then go swirl around in the beautiful weather outside. Thanks for watching. Thank you again for joining me. Go ahead and find your way onto your mat and begin to lie down onto the spine, coming into Shavasana to begin the practice. So just relax here. Allow the hips to relax. Allow the shoulders to be heavy. Allow the feet and the arms to just fall out. Rest here and just notice anywhere in your body that may have a little bit of tension, that needs some work. And with that, begin to circle the wrists, circle the ankles. Notice any cracks or pops that you may feel. Those are normal, it's okay. Make sure you go in both directions, circling the ankles. And on your next inhale, lift the arms, bring them up overhead until the backs of the hands touch the floor. And as you exhale, bring the right knee in towards the chest. Just give it a little pull in. And then begin to rock it back and forth. So linking the breath with the movement here, as we will through the entire practice. So as the knee moves out to the side, inhaling, and as it moves back over the body, exhaling. Move at your own pace. There's no need to keep up with me or with anyone else. This is your practice. And then allowing the knee to come right over the hip, bring the hand onto the kneecap and start to guide the knee around in circles. Perhaps imagining that you're drawing purple circles on the roof. As we imagine those purple circles, we begin to activate healing throughout the body. And then just pulling it in and beginning to move in the opposite direction. And you're still linking the breath with the movement, so maybe as the knee comes in towards the body, you're inhaling. As it moves away, you're exhaling. Or vice versa, whatever is comfortable for you. So go ahead, pull the knee in as it comes back around. And then release the the right arm down to the floor. The left arm is going to come onto the knee and start to guide that knee across the body over to the left side. Maybe on your next exhale, looking over towards the right hand and just deepening the breath here in this first twist of the day. You'll notice the shoulder may lift a bit, the knee is not going to go all the way down to the floor. And this is okay, just notice where your body is at the beginning of your practice. And then on your next inhale, lifting the knee back up to center. And as you exhale, lengthening the leg, lengthening the arms overhead, taking a nice long stretch. And then as you exhale, bringing the left leg in towards the body. And again, rocking it back and forth. Notice where your mind has gone. If you're thinking about something else, bring all of your awareness back to this movement and back to the breath. So again, you're inhaling as the leg moves in one direction, exhaling as it moves in the other. And becoming acquainted with the hip, noticing what you feel. What's different on the left side from the right? And coming back to stillness and allowing the knee to come out over the hip and then beginning to do circles. So maybe that left hand on the kneecap. Just guiding around. the knee. If you want to begin to activate the core, you can even let go of that knee and begin to widen the circles. So just moving the knee around without the aid of your hand. And then giving your knee a little pull in and beginning to move in the opposite direction. Again, notice where the mind is and bring it back to the hip. Notice differences that occur maybe in the left side, if that's your non-dominant side versus the right. Just a few more breaths here, and then pulling the knee in towards the body. And as you exhale, allowing the right hand to come onto the outside of that knee, beginning to move the knee over towards the right side. So coming into this twist, the left hand is extended out, palm facing down from the shoulder. And perhaps on your next exhale, if it's comfortable, allowing the head to drop over towards the left side. And just deepening the breath here. Try to push out through the belly button as you inhale, and as you exhale, pull the belly button in towards the spine. Notice the body drop just a bit deeper into this twist. Continuing these deep breaths here. And on your next inhale, releasing the knee and bringing it back up to center. Exhaling as you lengthen the legs, lengthen the arms. So try to bring the toe bones to touch. And then as you exhale, bring both knees in towards the chest. And begin to rock them back and forth, just massaging the sacrum, the lower back, the tailbone. And then bringing the hands back behind the thighs and beginning to spinal rock up to a seat. So taking at least 3 rocks forward and backwards, eventually rolling up to bring the soles of the feet on the ground and resting them a bit wider than the hips. Go ahead as you inhale, bring the chest forward and come into your seated cow. And then exhale around through the back, lengthen through the arms into seated cat. So arching and doming through the back. Still moving with the breath here as we will through the entire practice. Make sure you're moving slowly still, moving with your breath. And next time, as you exhale, release back to a neutral spine and tilt back just a bit onto the tailbone, lifting the soles of the feet up, coming into boat pose. Strengthen through the core here, lift through the chest. As you exhale, you can release the feet down to the floor, bring the hands back behind you, fingertips are pointing away. And on your next exhale, drop the knees from one side to the other. So inhaling as you lift them, exhaling as they drop to the side. Inhaling them back up, and then exhaling as you drop to the other side. Doing a few more rounds. And then coming forward into whatever your easy seat is. And we'll do some seated cat and cows. Again, lifting the chest up towards the ceiling. And then exhaling and doming through the back. The hands are on the knees here. And so now we're opening up through the top part of the back. Go ahead, inhale and sweep the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, turn the palms down towards the floor and lower them back down. Again, moving with the breath, inhaling, sweeping the arms up, exhaling and sweeping them down. Closing the eyes here. Maybe noticing now what the shoulders are feeling. Notice if sitting up straight is a little tough for you, and that's okay. On your inhale, look up, and then look down, bringing the chin to the chest. Notice this nice stretch through the cervical spine, up through the neck. And allow the weight of the head to bring the chin closer to the chest. On your next inhale, start to roll the right ear to the right shoulder. And then as you exhale, rolling chin back to chest. Inhaling left ear to left shoulder. Exhaling chin to chest. And continuing to move here with your breath. If you find some spots that are a little more tense or a little harder to stretch through, try to pause there. Breathe into it a few times, but be gentle with yourself. And again, notice where your mind has gone. If you're thinking about things you have to do later or things that happened, let that go. They'll be waiting after your practice. Bring your awareness back into your breath. And on your next inhale, go ahead, lift the head up. If it's comfortable, you can look up towards the sky. And then bring your head back to a neutral position. And begin to shift into your tabletop. So coming onto the hands and knees, everything is stacked. Knees under the hips, wrists under the shoulders. And begin to arch through the back, bringing the tailbone and the shoulders up towards the sky, looking up. As you exhale, doming through the back, looking back towards the thighs. Imagining the spine like a wave. Moving energy through the entire body as you move through cat and cow. And as you dome through the back next time, go ahead and pull the hips back towards the heels. And then as you inhale, arch through the back and come forward. Moving in the shape of an ellipse. So just a dynamic cat and cow. Inhaling, coming forward. You can bend through the elbows. Really move your entire body into the pose. And next time, as you pull the hips back towards the heels, resting there in balasana, in your child's pose. Maybe even swaying back and forth, massaging the hip sockets. And then coming to stillness and beginning to walk the hands in towards the body. Go ahead, come up so that you're in lightning bolt. So you're on the heels. And then inhaling as you lift up off the heels, sweeping the arms up overhead. Exhaling and bringing them down to heart center. And then again, inhaling, sweeping them up. Exhaling and lowering them back down. Inhaling once again here. Finding your center, finding your balance here on the knees. We're going to begin to shift into a variation of gatekeeper's pose. So start to lift up through the left knee. Try to find the balance on the right until you can bring that left leg out to the side of you. Go ahead, inhale, sweep the arms up, and then exhale and lower the left arm down towards the leg. The right arm is going to reach up overhead, over towards the left side. And the gaze can follow the hand or find anywhere that's comfortable for your gaze to go. Inhale and sweep that left arm back up. Use some core strength to lift yourself. And then exhale and allow the arms to come back down. Inhale and sweep them back up. And this time the right arm is going to come down to the floor, and the left arm is going to extend up overhead. So we have this beautiful long line of energy from the blade of that left foot all the way up to the fingertips. Imagine stretching that a little bit longer as you take every inhale. And again, find a comfortable place for your gaze. If you find that you want to intensify this pose, try to spiral the chest upwards towards the ceiling. So opening up through the chest just a bit more. As you exhale, bringing the hand down to the floor and walking both hands so that they come out in front of the hips, walking them a bit further out and dropping the chest back. So you'll feel a nice opening here through the hamstrings, through the shoulders. Just take a few deep breaths here. And then inhaling as you come forward and exhaling as you walk the hands in towards the body, lifting yourself back up. Hands come to heart center. Find the balance on that right knee. And as slowly as you can, begin to bring the left leg back into center. Inhale and sweep the arms up. Exhale and bring them down to heart center. Notice where the mind is. Link your movement with your breath. On your next inhale, begin to find the balance on the left leg and bring the right leg out. Blade of the foot is pushing into the floor here as we inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale and bring the right arm down to the leg. Left arm extends up. Again, gaze can follow, or your gaze can come down towards the right hand, down towards the floor, wherever is comfortable for you. So breathing deeply here, notice the stretch that you feel through the left side of the body. As you inhale, use some core strength to lift the right arm back up off the leg. Exhale and sweep the arms down or bring them down to heart center. Sweep them back up as you inhale. Exhale and bring the left arm down to rest on the mat. Right arm extends out overhead. Again, notice, maybe with the eyes closed, imagining that line of energy. Literally this beautiful line of light shooting through the foot all the way up to the fingertips. And so as you inhale, see about lengthening through the entire right side body, lengthening that beam of light. And as you exhale, allowing the right shoulder to fall backwards just a bit, opening up the chest, maybe even spiraling the chest towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, allowing that right hand to come to the floor. And again, shifting the hands forward, pushing the hips backwards into this modification of downward dog, opening up the hamstrings, opening up the shoulders. And on your next inhale, lifting the head, looking up towards the hands and walking them in closer to the body. Sweeping the arms up, and as you exhale, bringing them down to heart center. Finding that balance again on that left knee. And then lifting the right foot up, and as slowly as you can, trying to keep that balance and bringing the knee back to the center line of the body. As you exhale, coming back into lightning bolt onto the heels. Inhaling, sweeping the arms up. And then sweeping the arms down as you exhale. Again, linking the breath with the movement. Inhaling, arms sweep up. Exhaling, and they dive down. And then beginning to walk the hands back behind you. We're going to bring the fingertips so that they're pointing towards the body. And if you're comfortable here, you can stay. If you want to intensify on your inhale, begin to lift the hips up off the heels, tilting the head back. As you exhale, lower the hips, bring the chin in towards the chest. Moving with the breath, inhaling, lifting the hips, tilting the head back. Exhaling, bringing the hips back down, bringing the chin in towards the chest. And doing this one more time. And then coming forward, walking the hands back out in front of you. And coming back into cat and cow, so arching through the back, inhaling, exhaling and doming through the back. Doing whatever movements feel good for your spine here, so if there's a modification of something that you want to do, please feel free to do it. As you exhale, you can push the hips back towards the heels and come off onto one hip, bringing the legs back out in front of you. Again, feet come just a bit wider than the hips, hands come behind the thighs, and as you inhale, bring the chest closer in towards the legs, arching, and then exhaling, straightening the arms and doming through the back. Continuing to move at your own pace with your breath. And on your next exhale, walking the feet back towards the bottom until you come all the way onto the spine. Knees come in towards the chest, and you can rock back and forth here. Just again, massaging the lower back. Allow the feet to come down to the floor, and as you inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale and bring the right knee in towards the chest. Maybe do a little rock back and forth, and then go ahead and cross the ankle over the left knee. So we want the ankle bone to be past the thigh. The foot is flexed, and this is our reclined pigeon. So here you can choose to use your right hand to push just above the hip crease into the thigh, opening the hip up. Or you can inhale and lift the left leg up off the ground. Interlace the hands behind that thigh and notice the hip opener. Notice the right hip opening up. You can choose to keep that left leg bent or maybe straighten it up towards the ceiling, flex and point the foot, circle the ankle, do whatever feels good. Again, you're breathing deeply in and out of the belly here. So with every exhale, as you pull the belly button in, you should be able to feel the hamstrings become just a bit more open. Maybe the left thigh comes a bit closer into the body. And on your exhale, releasing the foot down to the floor. Go ahead and cross the right leg all the way over the left. Arms come out in a T. Palms are facing down to ground the shoulders. Take a deep inhale to prepare, and on your exhale, let both knees fall over to the left side. If it's not comfortable for you to have the legs crossed, you can always have that right knee just resting on top of the left leg. You can have the legs straight. Modify the twist in whatever manner you feel necessary. And again, in this twist, deepening your breath. Every single twist we take, you should be breathing very deeply. Twists massage the internal organs. We're compressing already through the lungs, so you'll notice it's a little harder to take these deep breaths in and out. And so as we breathe deeply, we massage all of the internal organs. So inhaling and bringing the knees back up to center, uncrossing the legs and dropping the knees from one side to the other. Still moving with the breath. And bringing the knees back up to center. Again, inhaling and sweeping the arms up overhead. Exhaling, and this time bringing the left leg in towards the body. And then bringing this ankle to cross the right thigh. Again, the ankle bone is past the thigh and the foot is flexed, so this protects the knee. Choosing maybe to just push this left thigh a little further away, opening up the hip. And after a few breaths, if you find that you want to move deeper into the pose, inhaling and lifting the right leg up off the floor, interlacing the hands behind the thigh. Again, the feet are flexed here. And just finding your breath again. Maybe noticing if your thoughts crept up on you. If they have, just smiling at them, allowing them to float off and bringing your awareness back into this pose, into what you're feeling throughout the body and your breath. Again, flexing and pointing through the foot, doing whatever feels good for you. One more deep inhale, and as you exhale, allowing the sole of that right foot to come to the ground, planting the palms of the hands on the floor, crossing left leg all the way over the right, preparing with an inhale, and as you exhale, dropping both knees over to the right side. On your next exhale, if it feels right, looking over towards that left hand. And again, deepening the breaths here, back in this twist. Twists are extremely good for the digestive system. That's why they're awesome to do in the morning. They get everything fired up and started. Again, as we compress through the entire torso and breathe deeply, we're massaging everything. And that movement gets it excited, gets it working. On your next inhale, bringing the head back up to center, preparing to come out of the twist, inhaling and lifting the knees, uncrossing the legs. And then as you inhale, sweeping the arms up, exhaling and bringing both knees in towards the chest. And then separating the knees and lifting the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. Maybe continuing this rocking back and forth in your happy baby. So here, if it's not comfortable for you to grab onto the blades of the feet, you can go ahead and grab onto the back of the thighs, or maybe the big toes with the peace fingers, so that's the index finger and middle finger. And just rocking back and forth here, notice the stretch that you feel through the hamstrings, maybe even through the hips. Smile and be a happy baby. Coming to stillness, taking a very deep inhale, and as you exhale, notice if you can bring the knees in just a bit closer to the shoulders. Another deep breath, and as you exhale, bring the soles of the feet together, and then lower them down to the floor, allowing the knees to fall in opposite directions. Coming into Supta Baddha Konasana, or bound reclined angle, or goddess pose. And just relaxing here, palms of the hands perhaps up towards the ceiling, open to receive. Again, finding the breath. And just feeling the belly and the chest rise on the inhalation and fall on the exhalation. On your inhale, gently bringing the legs closer together, knees come in, and then extending the legs out long, coming into our final pose of the practice, Shavasana. So this is also called corpse pose. And the intent behind this pose is to surrender. So try to allow the body to surrender into the mat. Take up as much space as you feel necessary. Let the feet fall out sideways and be heavy. Let all of the muscles in the face relax. and travel down your body, just relaxing the muscles as you go. So beginning at the top of the head, relaxing the forehead, the eyes, the jaw, relaxing the neck, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing through the chest and the hips. Let the hips be very heavy and fall open. Let any tension through the thighs and the calves dissolve. And let the feet just rest wherever they may fall. Notice if your mind has wandered off. If it has, bringing it back into the breath, feeling the rise and fall of your belly. And then beginning to deepen that breath, feeling the belly and chest both lift and fall. Bringing yourself back into this physical body of yours. Imagining the room around you, the floor you're lying on. And when you feel like you're all there, beginning to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Taking your time. Eventually inhaling and lifting the arms back up overhead, stretching one last time as long as you can. And then exhaling and bringing the knees in towards the chest, taking a final rock back and forth. And then extending that right arm up above the head and rolling onto the right side, resting in a fetal curl here. Bring some gratitude into mind for this beautiful body you have, this time that you gave yourself. And make your way up to your easy seat in your own time. Resting here with the hands on the knees. And then when you're ready to close practice, bringing a smile to the face. Again, gratefulness into the heart. And inhaling to sweep the arms up. And as you exhale, slowly lowering the hands down in a prayer to heart center, bowing the head to the hands. I am so honored to have led your practice this morning, so thank you. You are the universe, as am I, and with that we have great influence. So as you go out, plant good seeds, and namaste. Thank you so much. Subscribe if you enjoyed it.